Family, we are done with the very, very heavy and strong meat. So right now we want to go for the points. And like I said, we have up to 4 points. So the first point here will go. Make sure you listen to part. Okay. Like I said, all right now, the first one is part one. Okay, so this is the very part two. Titled. This is the mystery titled for you and me. The mystery of poor and Abba Yehoah's mercy and freedom. Part 2. We did the part 1, though I'm going to upload it both together. So that the first one is the part 1 and this is the part 2. The mystery of poor and Abba Yehoah's mercy and freedom. Part 2. Okay. So the mercy of Abba Yehoah brings about freedom from poverty. Okay, so we unveil the first alphabet. What did it go for? It go for first alphabet is P, isn't it? It not go for what? Personal prison pains. Listen to it in order for you to know to handle every, except you are rich. If you are rich now, this message is not for you. Maybe you can also be poor in the spirit. But we also look into that because Yahushua said, blessed are those who are poor. Blessed are those who are poor in the spirit. Okay, that is what he said. So how are you poor in the spirit? That is, you keep longing for more. You keep longing for more of him. You want to know more of him. Even though he's giving you huge mysteries, even though he's giving you huge vision, secret unveil unto you, but yeah, you still think that you are poor. You still need to know him more. That's why he said you are blessed. Because when you are being poor, you cannot settle in that poverty, isn't it? You keep longing because you want to break free from that yoke. You want that yoke to be removed from you. You don't just settle there at all. Rather, you keep fighting to see that you break loose from the wicked spirit of poor or poverty. So that is what Yahushua also meant when he said, "Blessed are those that are poor in the spirit." That is, where you keep longing for more. Just like when you are poor, you want to be rich. The same, even though you acquire great mystery, but you still need some more. Like me, I love communicating with him. I love relationship with him. I want him to reveal more secret to me. Whenever I start, I say I need strong meat vision. That's what I keep telling him. I need my own vision. I don't want to go by other John 3:16. Everyone knows that. I don't want to go by that. I just want you to give me my own mystery. From that the day I will break John 3:16 for you. It's gonna blow off your mind. Yes, that is me. I always long for mysteries. I don't want to settle on what people know already. Not at all. So a blessing for my life. So that is what he meant. Blessed are those who are poor in spirit. You yourself, if you are being realistic, you know a lot of mysteries has already been unveiled in this platform to the glory of Abba Yehoah. But still I still dig for more. I still struggle for more. I still asking for more. Okay, so this is the mystery of poor. The first alphabet goes for what? Personal prison pains. We unveil it. Listen to part 1. And the second alphabet goes for what? It is O. Simply go for oppressor. When you are poor, you are being oppressed. Where is the money to do things you want to do? No, it's an oppressor. The third alphabet again, why did it go for? It is O again. Why did it go for? Opposer. Serpent is the greatest and eternal opposer in our lives. We preset it powerfully. And the fourth alphabet, the very last alphabet, what did it go for? Arrow. What is arrow? Rejection. When you are being poor, it says even the poor man is being hated by his own family. It is profound and it is prophetic. Listen to it in order for you to deal with poor or poverty. It's a wicked spirit. All this for deity, it's unspeakable. So right now, we go right away to point 1. Point 1 goes like this. Abba Yehoah cares for the poor. All right, so we want to look into it. How did Abba Yehoah cares for the poor? All right, now here I am, Deborah 15:7-8. If there be among you a poor man of one of thy brethren within any of thy gates in thy land which Yehoah thy Elohim giveth thee, thou shalt not harden thy heart, nor shut thy hand from thy poor brother, but thou shalt open thy hand wide unto him, and shalt surely lend him sufficient for his need. in that which he wanted. You see what Abayewa? He cares for the poor. Okay? He said, now, you don't close your hand and you don't harden your heart to them, because they always will be in the midst. Like Lazarus, there are Lazarus in our midst. Lazarus is not meant to break free, but heaven is Lazarus. But before Lazarus goes into heaven, you need to do that. You know, our heaven is coming right here on earth. So there are some people, before that heaven comes, they need to be sustained, eating from hand to man. That is, you are not going to be rich like Donald Trump. Okay? But always among the brethren, family of Yahweh, Donald Trump is not always going to be in the midst, not that filthy one. I'm just using it as an illustration. There, you need to help your brethren. Care for them. Okay? Sustain them. Say, why? Don't why? That is, you are going to be carrying their load. Why? Don't do something to them tomorrow and say, I'm fed up. No, that will be serpentine. Why? Then you will not take that person's proper. That person's responsibility become yours. That is what it's like an adoption. You brought that person now into your house, whether it's the husband and the wife and their family. It's your responsibility now to care for them. Open it wide. If you also want to borrow, say, give to him free. Horrible Shandaya. All right, now here I am, Deborah 24. I take from 19. You can read all. When thou cuttest down thy harvest in thy field, and hast forgot a sheaf in the field, thou shalt not go again to fetch it. It shall be for the strangers, for the fatherless, and for the widow, that Yehovah thy Elohim may bless thee in all the works of thy hands. All right, now. When the okay, now let me read 21. When the great gathering, when thou gatherest the grapes of thy vineyard, thou shalt not glean it. Afterward, it shall be for the strangers, for the fatherless, and for the widow. These are poor. These have nothing to eat. This is the reason why you always talk about when you glean your offering. You know, it's 3 times a year harvest. Each 3 times when you go for the wheat harvest, you must leave the 4 corner of the field. Grape harvest, you must leave the 4 corner of the field. And what is the other one? Excuse me. The first one is barley. The first harvest of the year, it is in this month, the month of Pesach. Barley harvest, you must leave the 4 corner of the field. Okay. And the wheat harvest, you must leave the 4 corner of the field. And the grapes harvest, you must leave the 4 corner of the field for the poor. For the poor. And this barley harvest, that is where Ruth was being cut into the family of Yahweh, from whose lines Yahushua comes. Okay, the 4 corner of the field is being reserved for the poor, because he do care for the poor. All right, now here I am, Leviticus 19, 9-10. And when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not wholly reap the corners of the field, neither shalt thou gather the gleanings of thy harvest, and thou shalt not glean thy vineyard, neither shalt thou gather every grape of the vineyard. Thou shalt leave them for the poor and strangers. I am Yehovah thy Elohim. Okay, this is where Ruth came into the family of Yehovah. Do you see the woman of issue of blood? Where did she touch? She touched the hem of Yehoshua's garment. You know, garment have 4 wings. Your front, your back, your right. That is still the 4 corner of the earth, of your feet, needs to be left over for the poor. And this woman bleeding for a whole 12 years. She's been poor. Is her condition has become worse even than before? Because what makes her condition worse? She's being exempted. She don't go to fellowship. No brother, no sister. Everyone rejected, because that is what the Lord said. When you are going through issue of blood, you are unclean. Okay, no one should come nigh you. If she has a husband, that man is going to run away. Okay, no one. The most sadful part, she cannot allow to go to the temple because she is unclean. Now, what brought that woman her freedom? She touched the hem of Yehoshua's garment. That is the 4 corner of the field. Yehoshua did not lay his hand. Yehoshua did not cast a ban. Yehoshua was just on his own. That woman, just like Ruth. Ruth went into the field and gleaned the four corner of the field. That was how she was being saved. This woman also went into the field in this manner and touched the hem of the garment, and she was being freed. Because the hem of the garment is also representing the field or the four corner of your vineyard that anyone can touch and get healing. It's for the poor because she now became poor. It's her situation that become worse because she have already spent all that she has. But yet it never get better, rather not get worse. What make it worse? Now that all her resources is finished. She cannot go out there and work because now she is unclean. Now she's poor. The worst over there, it is poverty. Okay? Alright, now you can read Ruth 2 and verses 2 for the gleaning of field. Psalm 72:13. He shall spare the poor and needy, and shall save the souls of the needy. Abayewa he cares for the poor. This is how he cares for them. And this is how he also provided for them. And Abayewa care for the poor. He also wants you to take it into heart. They are your brethren. They are humans like you. If you have what it takes, why can't you help the poor? Why can't you put a smile on a dying face one? Oh no. Do you know Abayewa tithe is being given for the sake of the poor? Offering is for the poor? All right now. They buy for private jet there. David Oyetigbo. You will rust in here. Because you are taking from you are robbing the poor. Oh, here I am, the Borim 14:22-29. That is Deuteronomy. I'm going to read some parts. You can do all the 7 verses. I just want to read some parts. Okay, I'm taking from 28. That strong drink over there. This is where this man is making a very huge mistake. Yeah, you should have considered it as a translation error. Why they call him freeze? It says is freeze. Okay, the one that is fighting against his brethren, now that they shouldn't be taking tithe from people, that tithe is not biblical, and it is true. Only that he will be quoting that he always say you should be buying ogogoro. You don't know. That is a mist. You don't know what you are talking about. Or should I take it? Okay, then shall 25. Then shalt thou turn it unto money. All right now. Where am I gonna start from? And if the way too long for thee, so that thou art not able to carry it, or if the place be too far from thee, from which Jehovah the Elohim shall choose to set his name there, where Jehovah the Elohim hath blessed thee, then shalt thou turn it into money, and bind up the money in thy hands, and shalt go unto the place which Jehovah the Elohim shall choose it. Choose it. And thou shalt bestow that money for whatsoever thy soul. Tithes, how is tithe working? You eat the first year, you eat the second year, you eat the the third year you tithe. You give tithe. The first year, the second year is yours, and the third one you give it to the poor. The fourth you eat, the fifth you eat, the sixth you give it to the poor, and the seventh you don't at all because we don't farm on the 7th. Okay. It is a sabbatical year, belongs unto Abba Yehovah. Right now, the first and second year belongs to you. This is how tithe works. And for thou shalt bestow that money for whatsoever thy soul lusted after, for ox or for sheep or for wine. You see, they're not add here again for 1 year or for strong drink. That is error of translation 100%. In the royal law, over 600 places condemn drink alcohol. So why should he also say you should go and buy alcohol? 627 verses condemn alcohol. Why should he also not recommend you to go and be buy strong? This is where the phrase is making a very huge mistake. That is why Adeboye also used it to fight him. And people is believing it. He said that man is a madman. He's telling people to go and be drinking ogogoro. Even mad people on the street know that believer ought not to drink beer, alcohol. And the phrase is still defending himself. I said, no, you made a big error. You should have known. This is error of translation. You don't. Ayedebo was right in that. Even unbeliever knew you can't drink beer. You can't drink alcohol. No, it is not allowed. Okay, so that's where I want to read. Now let me go to 28. At the end of the 3 years, thou shalt bring forth all the tithe of thy increase the same year, and thou shalt lay it upon thy gates. If you listen to part 1, you will understand this gate. That is where we go to Acts of Apostle 3. This is the gate, because the gate, or let me also take it this way. But if you listen to part 3, we read it already. The gate where people that is poor needs to go and take food. Okay. 29. And the Levi, because Levi is also Levite. Okay. And the Levi, because he hath no part nor inheritance with thee, and the strangers, listen now, and the fatherless, and the widow, and the poor, which are within thy gate, shall come and shall eat and be sanctified, that Yehovah thy Elohim may bless thee in all thy work of thy hand, which thou doest. You see, he said, you eat the first and you eat the second, the third, all the third 1/10, bring it now to the gate. Who holds it? The tithe. The Levi. Why? Because the prince don't have no inheritance. Christianity, you are not made to take tithe. You are eating a food that is not due. That is why you will vomit it in the lake of fire. You can't collect anointing. You can't collect this princely office by anointing. Never. Abeyewa don't bring Gentile into this office. This office has never ever belongs to the Gentile. No way, and never will it be. Gentile only made to be a houseboy and a housegirl in the kingdom, to serve the people of the book, not for you to be taking a holy food. It is an error, great one for that matter. Okay, why the high priest have to feed on tithe? Because they don't have no inheritance. They don't have no house, no aircraft, no cars. No, that is what they live on. Oh yeah, you have 4 private jets and you collect the tithe. People is doomed. Play with the link of fire, and you knew it not. All right now. This is where the Moyedikpa is using, to rob from the poor. Your sin is double sin. You are doomed eternal, because Abeyewa cares for the poor. The poor has never ever meant to pay tithes. Abeyewa never require tithe from the poor, neither from the widow. He never require from them. They ought not to pay. Rather, the rich people will pay and give it to them to live. The tithe belongs to them. The offering belongs to them. They meant not to pay tithe. You sinners, we read, tithe belongs to them. Oh no. This is where they are using to deceive themselves. Both the He-Goat Crystal Kilome and both the Sule destruction, Sule Johnson destruction. This is what they are using to deceive themselves. And here it's talking about food. You see, as I read already, it is food. Malachi 3, 10 to 12. Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse. You see where it said, in the 3rd year, you shall bring all the tithe into where Yehovah wants you to use it. Now Malachi is re-echoing what Moshe said. Bring all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in my house. And prove me now herewith. What did he say in Deuteronomy where I just read? He said, therefore, he's going to bless the works of your hands. He said, whatsoever you put your hand to do, because you bring tithe for the poor and widow and fatherless and the strangers and the Levi. He said, because you have done that, for that, whatever you put your hand to do, he's going to bless it for you. He said, prove me now herewith, saith Yehovah of hosts, if I will not open the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing that shall not be room enough to receive it. And I will rebuke the devourer for thy sake, and he shall not destroy thy fruits of thy ground. He's talking about food, not money. Neither shall your vine cast her fruit before the time in the field. Do you still get it? Saith Yehovah Elohim, all nations shall call you blessed, for ye shall be a delightsome land, saith Yehovah of hosts. All right now. In the other place, say you should sell it, turn it into money, and buy whatever you want to eat. That is for you personal. Okay? Now, where is the storehouse? Christendom, you are doomed, man. You are playing games. You are doomed because you are playing with fire. Where is the storehouse? Is your church storehouse? Of course not. Your church is not storehouse because you call it church. Your church is not storehouse. It simply still means the gates. Let me show you now what is storehouses, where the food needs to be stored. Ignorance. Ignorant Christianity, you know not, you are deceiving yourself over there, enslaving people, taking money from them. Abayewa cares for the poor, and this is how he wants us to reach out to the poor. Listen now, what is storehouse? Deuteronomy 28 verses 8. Yahweh shall command a blessing upon thee in thy storehouses, and in all that thou settest thy hand unto, and he shall bless thee in the land which Yahweh thy Elohim giveth thee. Do you still storehouse? Is here your church? When you are trying to refill, bring it so that there will be food in the storehouse. Deuteronomy 20 is also, here is also church. It's here your church. Your church is also over here. You are doomed. Here I am again, Bereshit, Genesis 41:56. And the famine was over all the face of the earth, and Yusuf opened all the storehouses and sold unto the Egyptians, and the famine was sore in the land of Egypt. So here is also your storehouse. Here is also your church. Do you know what storehouses is? Everybody have that places. Here they call it okay, I don't know what that is. That they call Keda? No, not Keda. You have that is a place you just put your food stuff. A room you just build for your food stuff. In those days, my mother have it in the kitchen. It built some pan like this. That is where we are keeping our food. That is our storehouses, not churches. Mugu. Not your churches. Your satanic coven. That is not the storehouse Abayewa is speaking of. Storehouse means there is a place you need to store all this food. Then the poor will be going there to take as they need. They will be going there to take food for themselves. That is what Abayewa is. It's not talking about temple or storehouse. No. It's not talking about your churches. It's talking about the place where normally they store food for the poor to come over there and take and eat. Now you turn it into big money making. You will vomit it in the lake of fire. All you Christian pastors, you are going to rust in hell because you meant not to do that at all. Christian pastors, they are oppressing the poor to take from them the little they even have. Oh no. Here I am, Proverbs 14:31. He that oppress the poor, reproach his maker. What did he say? He said, if you oppress the poor, that's like what them Christian pastor is doing, is an oppress on the poor. They don't have, these people, they are poor. Some will go to the soil and say, tomatoes, say, come and give to you, Yedikbo. You are oppressed. That is an oppress. Some can't even, okay, like this first fruit offering they are doing. It is satanism. They will ask you, they call it first fruit offering. They always do it on their January. They will ask you to submit now to later all your full salary of that month. Really? How do you want that person to cope? How no? These people, they are satanist people, satanism, they are so satan. In fact, their wickedness is smelling everywhere that I'm throwing out. He that oppressed the poor, reproach his maker. But he that honored him hath mercy on the poor. He said, if you honor him, Yehovah, that is, you will have mercy upon the poor. You're going to care for the poor. You cannot take from the poor. You take it, little things they are gathering to survive. Oh no, that is an oppress on them. And Abayewa says, I'm going to hear that cry. When they cry, because that demon that is called poor, a resident, is using you now against them to oppress them, to oppress them. So therefore, you're gonna receive judgment from Abayewa. Here I am again, Proverbs 22 verses 22 to 23. Rob not the poor. He's still talking about it. Rob not the poor, because he is poor. Neither oppress the afflicted in the gates. You see, now that gate is simply means a gate, a storehouse, where the needy will go and take their food. 23. For Yehovah will plead their cause. Is it not what I just said? I never know I'm also coming here. For Yehovah will plead their cause. And spoil the soul of those that spoil them. You are going to be spoiled, because a lot of poor souls is crying on your neck. They are crying unto God, they call it God. But they never know that they are crying against you, that because you are oppressing them. You are taking somebody, oh no. will go into that song in Nigeria and sell tomatoes. You will tell her now everything she gathered in January to come and give it to you. That is an oppressed. No, that is evil. That is wickedness. Here I am, Ecclesiastic 5:8. If thou seest the oppression of the poor and violate poverty, preventing of judgment and justice in a province, marvel not at that matter, for he that is higher than the highest regardeth, and there be higher than they. If you oppress the poor, to prevent judgment, or to pervert judgment, or to prevent judgment, you see yourself as a high person, but there is one that is higher than you. He is going to take that course. He's going to hear their cry, and he's going to set judgment upon you. Like judgment is already living in all these Christian pastors' belly because they are oppressing the poor. That is evil. How can you? Somebody will go and stand in that song, be selling only salt. So coming to your church, you will tell her everything she gathered in the month of your January, she needs to handle all to you. That is oppressed. You have not given some judgment. And Abba Yahuwah is going to spoil your life also. We are done with point 1. Here we are in point 2. Point 2 goes this way. Wealth transformation into heaven is by helping the poor. Wealth transformation. Okay, let me put it this way. I want to give, you call God, okay? I want to give money to God. The only way you can do that, God don't need it. The only way you can do that, it is by helping the poor. That is wealth transformation. If you want it to be transcended into heaven, go and help the poor. How about your one don't need your money? He gave it unto you if you have one. So why you say you want to give him money? For what reason? He don't need it. Your pastor say come and give God money in your house. That is a pure lie. That is not what he's talking. No, he don't need it. God, who is gonna eat it? Thousands. Take it easy. We are not blind, eh? We are seeing all these things. Okay. The poor, okay, by helping the poor, yes. Christendom read or carry the royal law just for an information to rob people. They are not carrying the royal law for transformation. Not at all. Christendom is not carrying the royal law for transformation, just for an information to rob from the poor. Oyedepo is not really carrying the royal law for transformation, not at all. He is searching for information to steal from the poor. Neither what they call Oyedepo, Adeboye, Sule Destruction, Sulema, not at all. All the Christian what they call the other one, the filthy, that one irritates me. I want to throw out each time I see that one. No, I don't know whether it's glitchy. I don't know. I want to throw out that said that tithe was what they ate in Genesis 3. That was what Abba Yewa bring judgment of eternal destruction. Say something. No. Charles what? Charles Okafor. Abi Okafor, Charles Abi. I don't know. Charles Okafor. Christ. Charles Christ. No. Christ Okafor. Abi. I hope I'm not quoting. This one is tall. I don't know whether it's glitchy. It's fair. I don't know. Christ Okafor. I think so. That one. No. They are not carrying this royal law for transformation, only for information to rob. Because I also see them sharing his destructive message that he was also talking about first fruits the whole year. I think the idiot name is Christ Okafor because that one is so sick. And that one, no. He said it was tied to the earth in the Garden of Eden. He said Serpent was the one that deceived the man, the woman that should eat that tithe. And the man, the woman did not eat that tithe. And that is why you want to bring destruction. He said anyone that is telling you not to pay tithe, that person is a serpent, is deceiving you, want to destroy you. Oh no. That one irritates me. David Oyedepo said you can fast 40 whole days if you are not a tither, if you don't pay tithe. He said go into fasting for 40 days. He said you will even return poorer than the way you went. If you are not a tithe, he said heaven is not going to open for you. And I say, hey, so these people you carry our royal law to get information. So our royal law now, paying of tithe is not their heaven. Really? But you say royal law is a curse. And that same royal law you say is your heaven now. Oh no, you see? They are contradicting themselves. Jesus done away with the law. But the law is tithe. The tithe is law. First fruit is law. Even though it's not saying you should bring up money. Oh no. These people are wicked. Christianity, they are wicked. Their pastor, they are wicked. They are so wicked. I don't understand. Matthew, wealth transformation. How do you transform your wealth into heaven? Is by helping the poor. Matthew 6, active from 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth. You think is having for private jet? Does it qualify for this scripture? Chris Akinome is having two now. All of their competition. No. You are disqualified according to this very scripture. Where moth and rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. For private jets. If he's going to Canada today, we use this one. If he's going to America tomorrow, we use the other. If he's coming to Europe the other day, we use the other one. If he's going to Middle East the other day, we use the other one. Hey, these people are wicked. For private jet, for what reason? What do you need private jet for in the first place? If your private jet is coming to your inner room, your bedroom, and just pick you up from your bedroom, fly you down to where you are going, I will have understand it. I will have understood perfectly. You want easy life. But your private jet is still parked right at the airport. You still need to take transport to that airport. You still need to do things like you want to enter a normal flight. Why buy the aircraft at all? You still go the same process like the way you want to also take a normal flight. The only thing that maybe you will make your own, first class. Why can't you buy a first class ticket and still enjoy yourself? In order to use that lavishing lifestyle to help the poor. You are doomed eternally. Alright, now here I am, Proverbs 19:17. Yeah. He that hath pity upon the poor lent unto Jehovah, and that which he hath given will he pay him again. Did you see? The only way you can borrow Abba Yehovah's money is by helping the poor. The only way you can give something at all unto Abba Yehovah, it is by helping the poor. Abba Yehovah don't need it. The one his children here, some people, they can't make it. Some people, this wicked spirit has laid stronghold on them. You need to help. I said, when you do that, you borrow him. And he says he's going to repay you back. How is he going to repay you back? By eternity. He's going to put you in eternal rest. You're going to be enjoy all eternity with him. This is how he pay you back. That is how you store your wealth into heaven. And this is only way, this is the wealth transformation. The only way you can transform wealth into heaven is by helping the poor. All right, now here I am again. Matthew 10:42. And whosoever shall give to drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water only in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall in no way lose his reward. The father said, when you give to the poor, he said, you borrowed me, don't worry, I'm going to give it back to you in sevenfold. And the son said, in the name of disciple, you give just a cup of water to cool that person's throat down. That cold water can represent food. It can represent money. It can represent anything. It doesn't really have to do with water. Okay? It doesn't really have to go, okay, come and drink water. No, that person is hungry. You can take care of that person, in fact, for life. Or you can also set a business for that person, for him to be getting himself busy every day. This is how you gave a cup of water. Not just ordinary water and say, take. No, we can drink any water. We can drink water from anywhere. He's talking about helping. He's talking about setting people up. He's talking about raising people up. You can set a business. Okay? You can do things to put smile on that one's face. He said if you do that, you will never by no means mix your reward. Abba Yehovah said if you do that, this is how you, he said you borrowed me. He said you lent to him, Yehovah. Aren't you glad that you can put a smile in somebody's face that is going to be a lend unto Yahuwah later? Abba Yahuwah will pay you back. So this is how Abba Yahuwah wants us to care for the poor. All right now, here I am. This is their most favorite. Luke 10, Luke chapter 6, they will only read 38. And if you read it from 30 whatever, you're going to see it's not talking about money, excuse me, money lovers. Well, let me read from 37. It said, judge not, and ye shall not be judged. What is it saying over here? Right, don't judge, okay, so that you won't be judged. What is the meaning of that? All right now. Is Abba Yahuwah contradicting himself? Not at all. Apostle Shaul said in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, know ye not you are the one to judge the world? He also said to Ezekiel, son of man, will you not judge them? Apostle Shaul said, know ye not you are the one to judge the world? All right, now if you are the one to judge the world, so what is this smallest matter you cannot judge? So what is the judge he is talking about there? And condemn not, and ye shall not be condemned. Forgive, and ye shall be forgiven. What is he talking about? It still goes back to where I first of all read the Deuteronomy, where he said you should open your hand very wide to the poor. He said, okay, I'm going to read it. Okay. Here I am, Deuteronomy 15, 9 to 11. Beware that there be not a thought in thy wicked heart, saying, listen now, this is how you judge. This is how you condemn. This is how you didn't forgive. Listen. Beware that there be not a thought in thy wicked heart, saying, the 7th year, the year of release, is at hand, and thy eyes should be evil against thy poor brother, and thou givest him nothing. And he cry unto thee, and he cry unto Yahuwah against thee, and it shall be seen unto thee. Thou shalt surely give him, and thy heart shall not be grieved when thou givest unto him, because that for this thing Yahuwah thy Elohim shall bless thee in all thy works, and in all that thou puttest thy hand unto to do. For the poor shall never cease out of the land Therefore I command thee, saying, thou shalt open thy hand widely unto thy brother, to thy poor, and to the needy in thy land. So what is where 37? Luke 6:37. What did he say? He said, don't judge. He said, don't condemn. And he said, forgive. All right, now the first one, don't judge. That is, you give this week, you give the other week, and later your wicked you now begin to judge. This person, you don't even have no shame. You have to keep coming to me, eh? Yeah, can't you go outside and look for other people to help you? You have judged. You have condemned that person. Why is she keep coming to me? She should also go and look for help from another way. You are the one that make you poor. You are judged. You have condemned that person. You did not forgive that person. What is forgiving? Release. You see, release. Release simply means forgiving. Whatever you give, you don't ask back. You can give if you have according to the ability you will give unto you. You can be take care of that person. There are some that needs to be paid back. Which one? The one they call the 7th year. If you give to that person till your 7th year and is still poor, is unable to pay, on the 7th year you must release that person. You must forgive. You must say, go away. I leave it for you, no problem. On the 7th year, you ought not to ask for that money, whatever you borrowed or you lent unto that person anymore. And Abba Yahuwah said, be not evil in your heart, lest when you say maybe next year is the year of release, is the year of jubilee, is the year of forgiving. Everyone forgive. I do whatever I borrow to you, for leave it. I release you. That is release. Abba Yahuwah said, okay, maybe now next year is the 7th year of release, and we are now on the 6th year, and I'm hungry. I come to my brother, can you borrow me 100 euro? Because you knew next year is already here, you will not give it to me. And say, if I give it to her, next year is already here, it's not going to pay back. That is how you become wicked. That is why you condemn soul. That is how you become wicked in your heart. That is what that place is talking about. Is forgive simply means release the persons. Whatever you give, leave it. If you keep reading, you see is what it's talking about. Let's go back to look again. All right, now here I am. Luke chapter 6, I read 38 now. Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, and shaking together, running over, shall men give into your bosom. For with the same measure that ye are meant, will it shall, it shall be mentioned to you again. Oh, this place is their most favorite to shake it together, running over, give. Hey, you are doomed. What is it talking about? Due to what we just first of all read. If you keep going 36, 35, you're going to see it's talking about how to relate to one another. Giving, it doesn't necessarily has to be money. It goes by all, and it can be your time. It can be your care. It can still go for food. It can still be your patience. It can be anything you do in order to prosper the household of Abba Yehowa, in order to raise a single soul to his or her feet. He's still talking about the poor. You giving to the needy. If I have, why should you give unto me? I don't need it. What is your problem? If I'm wealthy, I have money, why are you giving to me? Giving always go for the poor, the needy. If I am not in it, why must you give it? No, I won't take it because I'm going to be greedy that time. I have it, I'm not suffering. I have my car, I can do all things. Rather, I'm the one to be giving. The poor has never ever met to give. If they said they want to do station like the widow offering, fine, if you want. If you want, it's not an obligation. That was why Yahushua also awarded, because it isn't an obligation. That is personal. Nobody taxed her. The Yahushua asked her to come and give her last the little coin she have. No, she just loved Abba Yehowa and said, it doesn't matter even though I'm poor. Let me still go and put offering for my father. This I also have a little. And there are some people that doesn't have it all. Let me also go on, because every offering always go for the poor. Always go for the widow. Always go for the needy. It's not meant for the rich. What you think when you have it for private and you still collecting tithe, you still collect offering? Your case is serious. Undeniable. It is settled. Giving is still talking about giving to the needy. You can give them your time. You can run after them. You can give them your patient. Maybe they are misbehaving. You can give them whatever that needs to build soul into the household of Abba Yehowa. You can give. That is what it's talking about. It's not money. Not that you can also give money. You can give money also. But you cannot give. Why should the poor? You see now, Christianity is upside down. Christianity is working with their head instead of working with their foot. The poor, the rich needs to give to the poor. But in the Christian, the poor is given to the rich. That is a curse you are taking from the poor. It's not meant to be so. The widow's offering, nobody asks her. That is personal relationship. It's not an obligation. She want to make a difference. Let me also give. Because she have. If you don't have it, like Lazarus, can Lazarus give? No. Not at all. Here I am, Proverbs 11:25. The laborer, so shall be made. Where am I? Yeah, okay. Yes, I'm right. The laborer so shall be made fat, and he that watereth shall be watered also himself. It still goes like this way. Abba Yehowa said the only way you are going to borrow him money, it is by giving to the poor. And here he said, if you watered others, Abba Yehowa himself is the one to water you. What does water does? It will wet all your ground, that there is no dust. Dust simply means dryness. Dryness. But now it said you will be like the tree planted by the rivers of water. And you're going to be bringing forth fruit at all time, at all season. Because Abba Yehowa himself is the one that is watering you direct. If I watered you, give you something, in return, Abba Yehowa is the one to water me himself. I'm going to be receiving double than what I gave unto you. Because I lent to him. He's returning it back. It's a business, okay? But in the Christian also, the rich has to take from the poor. So that is how upside down that religion is. They always get it the other way around. They have never ever get it right. Always the other way around. You rich, take it from the poor every Sunday, your month Sunday day. You take it from the poor. All right, now here I am, Acts of Apostles 4:34-37. Neither was there, listen now, neither was there any among them that lacked. For as many as were possessors of lands or houses sought them, and brought the pieces of the things that were sold, and laid them down at the apostles' feet. And distributions were made unto every man, not some man, unto every man, not single man, unto every man according as he had need. Okay. And Jesus, who by the apostles was surnamed Barnabas, which is translated, being interpreted, the son of consolation, a Lewi, and of the country of Cyprus, having land, sold it, and brought the money, and laid it at the apostles' feet. Do you see what the apostle of my husband doing? Selling their houses to feed the poor, really? But this is what Abayewa needs. This only way. What are they doing? This only way you can transform wealth into heaven. This is by helping the poor. You have to sell your house, or you have to sell four private jets and give to the poor. That I know the ministry is so large. The coven, they call it church, is so large that everyone in that coven has no need at all. Everyone is being sanctified. Everyone is being okay by their names. You are well. Really? That everyone in that congregation or that coven has no need at all? No need of in fact, they have whatever they want? Oh no. Really? Is it what he's talking about? He said no one among them have need of any. Everyone was being supplied according to their needs. What did Yahushua say unto the rich man? Matthew 19:16, way down to 20 something. What did he say? The man said, I keep the royal law, I keep the fine. That is your personal relationship with Abba. You are nothing wrong with that at all. Now, what is your relationship between humanity? He was poor. That man was nothing. Absolutely, his heart was closed against the poor. Yahushua was saying, come. This madness needs to stop. Okay? You want to enter a perfect life. You want to enter heaven. You want to inherit the kingdom of heaven. Right now, whatever you have, sold it and handle the money to the poor. Just go and give the money to the poor, as I'm looking at you now. He said the man left being sad, and I said, hey, you don't want to lie to me, and you want me to repay you with eternal life. It doesn't work that way. You need to lie to me. You have what it takes to take care of a whole community. Go and do that. Why living lost? Why for private? No, Christianity, you sit down by yourself. This one is breaking my heart. Why can't you even reason this within your heart and know that Christianity and their Jesus, they are mad? Why should a carrier of Jesus sit comfortably with 4 private jets? Oh no, something is wrong somewhere. And I know what is that. What is that? Is their authority. Jesus is their authority, is their foundation is wrong. They can't do good. Look at this stupid, what do they call him? John Cecilia destruction. People came from Libya. You now gave about how many? 20 something. You now gave them only 4 million. Whereby you now use 32 million naira to buy a car for a wayward woman. Daniela Okeke, you bought a Mercedes G-Wagon, new 76,000 US dollar. But you want to give to the poor. That woman, she's isn't poor. She has what it is to care for her life. And she's not a believer. But where the poor now came from the land of the dead, what did Suleiman give unto them? 4 million to be divided by 20 something people. Maybe each of them is going to be having 100,000 or 150,000. Tell me now, how did you ease their pains? But you can use 32 million naira to buy a car for a prostitute, a wayward woman. But you cannot give that 22 million naira to set up people that you return from the land of the dead, looking for where to survive. The poor. We are talking about the poor. They said it this sometimes. Say you are all doomed. Both you that is praising him and he himself, Eternal link of fire is your home, except you stop praising crap, except you call light, except you stop calling darkness light. That is darkness. That is not light, okay? So, this what Yahushua said, you want me to pay you back with my eternal heaven kingdom? Go and take care of the poor, mister. You will be doing this and you will be doing that, but you are not perfect. You didn't take care of the poor. Okay, you want to enter life. For you to enter life, go and sell your properties and give money to the poor. He said that man left being sad because he have great wealth. He's worthy. He really have what it takes to take care of a whole community. Set them up. Oh no, people are wicked. So right now, let's see. When they now handle the money to the apostles, what are the apostles doing with the money they sold? They sold their houses, their lands. We see already. You saw it already. So what are they using the money for? We see what they are using it for. And they give it to the apostles. So the apostles now went to go and buy for a private jet. Or even buy one private jet. Or even buy what? Range Rover, rosaries. Really? He never. He was still walking with his own bare foot, okay? Because we want to make heaven. We are not after any of those things. Gentiles run after that. That is 100% I knew. Christianity, they are Gentiles. They run after. Igbo people, they are also Gentiles. They run after what? They run after money. Here I am, Acts of Apostles 6:1. And in those days, when the number of the disciples was multiplied, there arose a murmuring of the Grecians against the Yahudites or Hebrews, because their widows were neglected in the daily ministration. Daily, every day they need to give them food. Then the 12 called the multitude of the disciples unto them and said, it is not reason that we should leave the word of Abba Yahuwah and serve tables. Wherefore, brethren, look ye out among you 7 men of honest report. Not the one that's going to use the money to buy for private jets, not to go and buy rosaries or to go and buy, Range Rover, latest car. No. A man that have honest report, full of the Ruach HaKodesh, no man of flesh, that is full of pork. Jesus is pork, okay? Adeboye is full of pork. And Oyedepo is full of pork. That is why they are not honest. That is why they are oppressing the poor. He said they are Adeboye. He said they should come and pay 1 billion what? When I calculated that money, almost 300,000 euros for offering. Not to I want to cry. This is sad. I see people from that. For what? What are you going to use it for? To buy another private jet. People full of the Ruach HaKodesh and wisdom whom we may appoint over this business. It is this is the what am I going to call it now? This is a Yahushua humanitarian ground. We are also coming onto that of his own. Oh my Father, what I lost a word. Maybe it will come later. Maybe it's going to come later. All right, now you see. Now anyone that is just hungry, just go there to this office. You get some food. But we will give ourselves continually to prayer and to the ministry of the word. And this is how they did it. Every day. Every day. Tell me why people will not love Yahuwah. Tell me why people will not run after Yahuwah when all these apostles is so kind, they are so faithful, they are so honest, giving away even their own house to let me live. Tell me why people will not worship Yahuwah. You know how many people, the Christendom pastors and whatever they are mad Jesus has chased back from the royal law and said, no, that God must be a wicked God. To be taken from the poor and give it to the rich, it must be a wicked God. You see? Now the judgment of the Christendom that closed their ears to the poor. Here is in Matthew 25. I take from 41. I read the other part already in part 1. Please, in case I share this message in the news feed, kindly go and listen to one in order for you to understand this part 2. There is no way you can settle only with this. We are gone a long way. The mystery of poor we unveil already. All the 4 alphabet is over there. So this is the point on it. Without the alphabet, you cannot really get the understanding of the point. Okay, so when I share this, you found it on the news feed, drop it and listen to part 1 in order for you to get along with us. It can also be a prayer point also for you. Now Matthew 25 verses 41. Then shall he say also, he's going to speak to the goats now. These are the goats. I say, I don't care, I just give my money to God. Whether pastor it, I don't care, you are a goat. Okay. Then shall he say also unto them that on on the left hand, depart from me, ye cast into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungered, and ye gave me no meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me not in. Naked, and ye clothed me not. Sick and in prison, and ye visited me not. Okay, in order for you to understand, we read it before. Go to part 1. 44. Then shall they also answer him, saying, Adonai, when we saw thee and hungered and taste, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee, then shall he answer them, saying, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye did it not to one of this list of these, ye did it not for me. And these shall go away into the everlasting punishment, but the righteous into eternal life. Oyedepo is not righteous. Is filth. That is why his heart. Don't judge him. Oyedepo, all these Christian pastors, they are not. They are the angel, or they are goats. That is why their heart is not judging them. This place is not talking about unbeliever. Unbeliever that is going to be in the midst of us, that is going to be hungry. This place is not talking about unbelievers. He's talking about believer that is not capable. Believer that this wicked spirit is waging war against. You say about your words, however, you are going to be having poor people in your midst. But you that is rich, just help them until I reformat or restore all things. When the new Jerusalem come now, no one is going to be having no need at all. He said there will be no more cry, no more tears, no more sorrow, no more suffering. Everybody is going to be having equal in the new kingdom. That is why we are fighting so hard to be among those registered or listed in it. But all these Christian pastors, no one will enter there. Mark this message. They are not coming in. Their heart is so wicked. They don't care about the poor. They still steal from the poor. Yahushua said, I was hungry. You did not give me food. I was thirsty. You did not give me. Why? Because the poor is in your midst. You don't even care. You don't even look into their suffering. Rather, the little they have, you also, oh no, taking it from them. It meant not to be so. That was why Yahushua said, Acts of Apostles chapter 9, when Saul was going to persecute the believers at Damascus, he now said, Saul, why persecuted thou me? It is me you rejected. It is me you did not care for. It is me you are waging war against. It is me you are stealing from. Christianity is the armed robber this day that is stealing from the poor. This saddens my heart each time I look into all their luxurious lifestyles, their gigantic lifestyles, or their extravagant lifestyles. I'll shake my head. Go watch the whole ministry. You are going to see some people vain. The way it's swear up, you yourself, you're going to say, no, this one is really in abject poverty. But they are ready for private jet. All of them is having private jet competition. These are demons. These are giants. These are offspring of serpents. All right, now we are also done with point 2. So we go for 3 now. Point 3 goes this way. Yahushua humanitarian grounds. So let's also dig into that a little bit. This one goes in another form. Okay. Let us look into his humanitarian grants for you and me. 2 Corinthians 8:9. For ye know the grace of Yahushua HaMashiach, that though he was rich, yet for your sakes he became poor, that ye through his poverty might be rich. What is he talking about here? Do you see how Abayewa cares for the poor? That he has to release he that knew no sin to come and die for humanity in order for you and me to be rich in the kingdom of heaven. The riches is talking about here, the poor is talking about here, it simply means the link of fire. I unveil already these 4 spirit of poor. They are demons. They bind us in the link in the pits of hell. Listen to part 1. That one I unveil already. I can't go into that much. Okay, listen to it in order for you to understand. We are poor. There's no way we can enter heaven. If you are poor, can you buy a house? Can you even feed yourself? Of course not. This hour we are being poor due to the things of heaven. There is no way, because you are being poor for the whole. You can't inherit the kingdom of Jehovah. Therefore, he that is rich, you see, the rich man now came to set the poor people free. He now also come out to put himself in our position. Now, how did he become poor? First of all, let us look into how did he become poor, so that through his poverty now, you are rich, you are wealth the eternal. He said, I wish above all things that you may prosper in all things as your soul prospereth. Your soul needs to prosper first, then your physical be. So let's see how he became poor for you and me. No, first of all, let us see how although he was rich, but because of he became poor. All right, now, first of all, we are going to see his richest parts that he impart in you and me now. Okay, now, listen. Matthew 28:18. And Yahushua came and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. He owes it all. Okay? Here I am, Colossians 1:15-17. Who is the image and the invisible Yahuwah, the firstborn of all creatures? For by him were all things created, that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him, and he is before all things, and by him all things consist. This is his riches. He holds it all. Here I am again, John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with Yahuwah, and the Word was Yahuwah. The same was in the beginning with Yahuwah. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that were made. This is his riches. How can he that made it all and us visible and invisible now became poor? Because we are poor. He need to feel our pains. He need to bring himself low in order for you and me to become rich. So this is what the pastors, the so-called representatives, should have been doing for us. Okay? Now, how did he become poor for you and me? For our sakes. So that through his poverty now we now become rich. Luke chapter 2. I take it from 22 or what? Okay. And the days of 22. And when the days of her purification according to the law of Moshe was accomplished, they brought him to Jerusalem to present him before Yahuwah. And as it is written in the law of Yahuwah, every maid that openeth the womb shall. Okay, now it's okay. I'm not going to tell. Okay, now yeah, 24 now. And to offer, as they are going to present him, they need to offer either sheep or lamb or goat. Okay. But he said, if you are big, I think that one is Leviticus 12. Go and read it. He said, but if they are poor, if they don't have what it takes to buy sheep, therefore they can buy pigeon or doves. So this is what his parents were able to, provide. They were not having that money. He came from a poor home. And to offer a sacrifice according to that which is said in the law of Moshe, a pair of doves or 2 young pigeons. And the other, when you go to Leviticus 12, you're going to find what the requirement over the, but in also making it this way, if they are poor, if they are able to provide this lamb or whatever, therefore they should go for pigeon or for dove. That one is the cheapest. The poor person can afford that, you see. So this is where the poverty begins, for your sake and for my sake. Isaiah 53, this is called Yeshiyahu. Okay, read it all. This is how you become poor. Ribo Shandayaba. Rebo Bobo Sekeya. For now. Surely he hath bore our grief and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smoten of Yahuwah and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned everyone to his own way. You can read it all. This is how he became poor. He was smoten. Okay. By sinful men, he was mocked, ridiculed, bruised, jailed by a sinful man, just for you and me, because we are poor, we are in the state of eternal poverty. If you don't come to break that curses, for you to know that poverty is a demon, if you don't come to break that curses, no way. Eternal, we are going to be there, okay? All right, now, how do we become rich now? Through his poverty. Listen, now you know, like Romans 1:20 cf, to unveil the invisible, the visible one is to minister to you and me. So the visible one is the physical poverty. Okay, so in order for us to understand how we become rich, first of all, look at around how you were once being poor. Me, I'm still poor, but the yoke is broken by the reason of the anointing. The anointing that reveals these mysteries of poverty or poor is being broken. Yahweh's mighty name. From today onward, I will never lack. Rather, I'm going to be having abundance because I will utilize it to the glory of my husband, Abba Yehovah, in Yahweh's mighty name. And right now, this is how we become rich. Ephesians 1:3. Blessed be Yehovah and Father of our Yahushua HaMashiach, of the Father of our Adonai Yahushua HaMashiach, who hath blessed us with all spiritual blessings in the heavenly places in Yahushua, according as he has chosen us before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love. Do you see now? He bless us with all spiritual blessing in the heavenly places. That is where the blessing is said. Oh no, it said blessing. Every good blessing come from above, from the Father of light. That is where our storehouses is. When Abba Yahweh open these storehouses on me now, you're gonna testify about this message and say, indeed, it was a time to get blessed. I don't know, you can also be a part of it, but I'm digging into my own and the wicked spirit that Abba Yahweh should take it away from me. I don't need poverty. All right, now here I am, Romans 8:30. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called, and whom he called, them he also justified, and he whom he justified, them he also glorified. It is time to glorify me. Yes, it is time to raise me higher. Yes, the hour has come. Okay, 100%. I know that the hour has come. All right, now here I am. Luke chapter 4:18-19. The Spirit of Yahuwah is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of Yahweh. This is the acceptable year, 2018. You know, 18 stands for new beginning. Oh, this is what I forgot about that man that was, I think, John chapter 5, that impotent man. He was 38 years old. I supposed to add this, the mystery I also got from there. You know, Yahushua gave him 3 blessings, the hand of fellowship, you know. After that, oh no, 38:3, you know, we know what that is. And the very number 8, that is a new beginning. That brings about new beginning in his life. He has never worked. Now you have to work. You have been fed. No. Now you have to, you know, stand as a man. No more. You don't need to eat from hand to man. That is not what you've been made for. Okay, when you read it, I quote it already in part 2. Part 1. The 3 blessings he gave unto him. And that represents the number 3, and the 8, you know, is 38, represent the very new beginning in his life, and that represents also a new beginning in my life. Okay, no more impotency. Now it's fruitfulness in Abba Yehovah's mighty name, because he has already been sent to me. He says to heal the brokenhearted, you know, to preach to the poor. Are you poor? This is how he himself became poor before us. Through his poverty you become rich. That was why I also said, blessed are those who are poor in the spirit. Like when a man is poor physically, you won't settle on your poverty. You still fight. You still struggle, you know, to get more. That is what he's talking. You know, mystery today. You still fight to know more. You still pray for more vision. You still pray for more anointing. This is how you see yourself as someone that is poor in spirit, but you still need more. Okay, that is the illustration how far I can go. Okay, so that is his message. This is his humanitarian grant, and we see how he did it for you and me. So in another words, like we read already, 2 Corinthians 8:9, through his poverty you will be rich. That simply also means you refuse not to tolerate devil anymore. You refuse now. You refuse to tolerate both a serpent and devils of poverty. You refuse it. You don't want it anymore. Because through his poverty, you must become rich. You must utilize that power to shoot you on hard. This is how you are rich, through his poverty. Now you refuse to tolerate demon of poverty anymore. You don't. No. You need to put them, like what I'm doing. I'm tearing their kingdom apart because I refuse them to mess me up any longer. This is another wonders of Yahushua HaMashiach, his miraculous deed for humanity. I don't really bring all those healings into it, but we start with part one. We did one in part one, not all. Okay, 55,000. We just 2 loaves of bread. All right, now Matthew 16:18-19, and I say also unto thee that thou art Kepha, and upon this rock I will build my congregation, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against thee. This is how you become rich. Okay, you don't tolerate anymore demons of poverty. You don't take nonsense anymore. Demons of poverty for them to come and be mixing you up. You put the what? He said when you bind them. Let me read. They are bind. Okay, and I will give you the keys. I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth, it shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth, it shall be loosed in heaven. And now you know who you are. Now you become rich through his poverty. Therefore, the authority has already been given unto you. You stand on your feet and you bind poverty. You bind their offer together. The letter P goes for personal pains, personal prison pains. You don't need that no more. You bind that spirit. The first go for oppressor. No, you don't need to be oppressed anymore. You bind that spirit. And its third alphabet also go for opposer. No, you don't need to be opposed anymore. You must break through. You bind that spirit. And the other one, rejection. No. You don't need to be rejected anymore. You see that woman, that widow also, that keep coming. I think I also wrote it. That keep coming to the king that has no fear of Abba Yehovah. Okay, but when the man keep resisting, he keep rejecting her. Excuse me, he keep rejecting her. But she now said, no way, I'm not going to give up until you give me justice against my adversary. This adversary, they are torturing me. I just need justice. As she keep coming, what happened? The king one day now said, what is that? The king himself not even rebuke himself. That demon of rejection has already been left. And I said, oh, cool. This woman, you are also coming again. Okay, now let me just give her what she needed so that I will be free, so that she will come here and keep disturbing me. Because the king know already this one is not going to let him be until I give her justice. You see, because she have already done something to put those wicked spirit of rejection out of her. And that was how she was being accepted. The king Yahushua now said, listen to what a wicked king did. That not even, he don't have respect for human. He don't have the fear of Yehovah. If he can do that, what about Abba Yehovah? He said Abba Yehovah will bring justice fast unto them that cry night and day unto him. Like this Edoma, you are about to go. I keep saying it. It's an occult man. If you listen to part one already, you're going to hear again a little biography of me about this poverty, when things was now upside down, family now turned against me. They never regard me no more. Like Proverbs said, that the rich, the poor is even be hated by his own family. That is my profile. It is real. That is my profile. You see, when this girl, as I brought her, the same mother, not the same father, she now began to display witchcraft. That when she now began to confess, I myself saw the vision already, like I narrated in the other clip. He said she not go now when the battle not get tough on her, and I was unwilling to let go. Therefore, she now went to go and call the occult people to empower her to destroy me. That the power that she wanted to use to kill me now was the occult power. He said, but as she was about to descend on me, the fire of the Ruach HaKodesh not descend on her. He said, this is why she is confessing right now. And I said, okay. And meanwhile, Abayiwa first of all refused these occult people to me. I never knew. I never even knew he's an occult man. Okay. So he keep revealing this man. I will kill this man. He's a wicked man. I will kill him. I keep pleading for mercy. I keep pleading for mercy. He said, no, this one case is settled. I'm just waiting for the appointed time to get rid of him. Okay. So last night, these occult people, they really dealt with me so severely concerning this poor. Because she said, okay, when Anna came, I also shared this little testimony already. Let me just brief it. So right now, when Anna came, where in the vision, they tied me up, they tied me down. The tie was so severe that Abayiwana has set me up. Even the one in the up was so simple. Okay, fast, I lose myself already. But the one that tied me in the down in their coven, he now took me after he has done, I've done losing myself from there. He now took me now to their coven. When I get there, if you see how they tied me, was so in fact unspeakable. Nothing. If Abayiwa don't move, I will die in this. Nothing is going to set me free. I keep losing and losing and losing and losing. It was severe, it was tough. Oh, it's like I want to fight, I want to die in it, but I keep losing. I never give up. So when I get to a point, I almost done. Abayiwa said to me, the Ruach HaKodesh said to me that vision, now go into that shrine and take your blessing. The very one they took away from you. As soon as I got into there, and I see, he asked me where to raise up. As I raised it up, it was a native pot, They put all the Ishango. It says shrine, Ishango, wherever Juju is over there. Then I put my money down upon that Ishango, which means the gods of thunder. So what I do, I took it up, and I saw my money, I saw my euro, I saw my naira. The naira, they always bent, that one almost bent, okay? They set it ablaze, they put fire on it in a half part. That is, he bent to half. But the euro, they never do nothing with that. But the naira was bent almost to half. See, I never mind. I still took both of their eyes, shocking. I put it in my bosom. So I was about to come out from that coven. It came like a native daughter. He said, hey, you woman, how do you get in here? And I also answered him by a question. Hey, you man, who gave you my contract? He now said, no, Wamagbe is the one that gave you my contract. No, Wamagbe simply means if your house don't kill you, outsiders can't do it. Okay? Like the case of Joseph, who was his household enemy. It was the devil used his brethren. Now, who is the street demon? The street demon is Potiphar's wife. That is the street demons. Okay? The house demon will handle you now to the street demons. I forgot to even mention this in the last part of rejection, the last arrow. I used that of Joseph. In the last alphabet bow, I used that of Joseph to establish it. I forgot to mention it. You will see the wicked household demon, and will also see street demon. Potiphar's wife was a demon. That is the street demon. Like this Edoma is my street demon, is my street enemy that is fighting now. Ever since I don't see my sister, ever since she confessed, I don't see her really rain hell on me, because that one case is already being settled. I'm waiting for my restoration. But the one that is raining hell on me now, it is the occult man. He's fighting me so severely. Last night I saw this my girl, all of their group, there are so many uncountable, they are like the sand of the seashore. All of them put on red. They want to descend on me. This very Edoma sat on my head. He said, I am E7. I need to carry him. And I began to cry unto Abayiwa, why should I be a slave to unbeliever, to an uncircumcised Philistine? He now said, this is the very man your sister sold you to. So the occult man, the occult Edoma is the one raining hell on me now. Is the one waging it. I'm going through spiritual battle from this occult Edoma. That is using people for rituals. It's taking people's stars for rituals. Abayiwa brought me to the back of his house. Is full of dead people. Dead men, dead women, even infants, children. He will just cut off their head. When he cut off a head of a man, he will throw it into a big basin, and that big basin is full of hot water. He will throw his head, that the man he killed, he will put their head, he will put his head. The hot water will remove all of his hair. And this Edoma will fix that man's, that is, he will join that man's head onto his own. So now he will be having a very thick hair and wonderful hair. The same, when he cut off a woman's head, he will throw their head into that hot water in the white basin. The hot water will remove every single hair, and he will not put it on his own wife's hair. His wife is now having a full hair. When he cut that of a children, he will also throw it into that basin, and their hair will be removed. He will not take it and put in the head of his children. He said this is how he's using people's head for an exchange for his own glory. Okay? So now Abayewa did not allow him to kill me, but it's making life difficult because he cannot kill me. Rather, he will die. I'm praying against him seriously this period in the mighty name of Jehovah. He will die by motor accident. He's going to be shattered into pieces. In fact, all his body is going to be scattered by car. In the mighty name of Jehovah, who has called me his own. This man really, last night all through, it was a serious battle on me that I shouldn't talk about this message. That he is my master. He need to sit on my head all life. I need to be carrying him. It was just, I was not his driver to carry his seat on my head. It was terrible. My head is so heavy. And I began to cry unto Abaye when I wrote him out of my head. As he wrote this man out of my head, this man also now, he said he's my driver. Okay, you don't want me to, I will carry you. He now also put me in the car, locked me up in the back of the car. He is not driving the car. Where is he driving me to destruction again? That is the point I was. When I wake up, I cry for my life because it is serious. What I saw this night was severe about this Edom. Is disturbing my life. I'm praying that Abayewa should help me and kill this man, get him out of my way. It's using people for rituals. These are not cut man. Everyone that comes his way is using them for rituals. So I'll be talking about this occult man. Enough of this. Let me just stop this and keep moving on. But I just want to let you know that anytime any Edom notable man died, I will not cry. I will not even say, I will know it is that very wicked animal. Then I will celebrate powerfully my father because my enemy has been destroyed. So Potiphar's wife, this is why I brought this Edoma in, because he's my street enemy now. That is fighting to still get rid of me. Since my household enemy has already given him the contract, but he cannot kill me. Rather, he is going to die. Okay? So Potiphar's wife was the street demon enemy that was fighting against Joseph. According to the book of Yasher, the day I'm going to take this very message in completement. Not that I just want to add some parts, but the day I will take it fully, I'm going to let you know what Potiphar's wife did to Yusuf. It was even using charm, voodoos, like this Edoma using on me now. Was using voodoo, was using charm. What kind of power this one was not using? Casting spell of all kinds upon Joseph, just to seduce him, to let him have sex with her. But each time Joseph want to eat the food, when she cast the spell, angel of Yahweh revealed to him, don't eat it. Look at what the spell is in it. There's voodoo. I'm going to read it, but no time for today. Okay, I just want to add it into, because he is the street enemy. Like this Edoma is my street enemy. And he will die in this season in Yahweh's mighty name. So here is the powerful miracle Yahushua did when need comes. I know now he's going to also do exactly the same for me. He's going to do it by himself. Matthew 17. You can take it from 25 to 27. When the apostles were in need, he said, yes, and when he was come into the house, Yahushua prevented him, saying, what thinkest thou, Simeon? Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute, of their own children or of strangers? Kepha saith unto him, of strangers. Yahushua saith unto him, there are the children free. Notwithstanding, lest we should offend them, go thou to the sea and cast an hook and take up the fish that first cometh up, and when thou hast opened his mouth, thou shalt find a pieces of money, that take and give unto them, pay for me and pay for thee. You see, so when the worst come to the worst, he do a miracle like this. So this is the miracle me also I'm expecting now. Okay, to the glory of his mighty name, because he said that made it for evil, Abayewa is going to turn it for good. My household wicked demons made it for evil, and now also handle me to the street demon to be torturing me. But Abayewa is going to make it for good. He's going to kill you, you wicked Edoma, occult man. You're going to die. You're going to scatter into pieces. In fact, they will not see your full body together in your wife's mighty name. All your body is going to be pieces on the street because you are so wicked. You are so evil. You use people for blood money. No, you will die and leave those wealth. in Jehovah's mighty name. You will not go straight away to the eternal damnation link of fire. You will be rusting all eternity. You and your household, you, your wife, your children, because your wife is aware of this wickedness and she couldn't rebuke you. You are giving glory. You are using other women's glory to beautify your wife. Other women's star, the three wise men from Babylon, they read the stars of Yehoshua HaMashiach. From there, they're tracing down exactly what this Edoma is doing, is looking for people's stars. If you have bright star, he will just take it and begin to use it for his own wickedness. If you are a woman, he will give your star to his wife. If you are children, his children will be riding on someone else's stars. You are going to die, your wife will die, your children will die. You all will not find mercy in the hands of Abba, in the mighty name of Abba Yehovah. Amen. So family, the very last point, I'm done. Bless Abba Yehovah. I bless you for my life, Abba Yehovah. Point for how did it go? Why should Yehovah make son poor? Some people is rich and some people is also poor. Why? Okay now. Alright, now here I am. 1 Samuel chapter 2. I take from 7. Yehovah maketh poor and maketh rich. He bring low and he lifted up. He raised up the poor out of the dust. Alright now. He raised up the poor out of the dust and lifted up the beggar from the dunghill to set them among the princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory. Amen. For the pillars of the earth are the Yehovah's, and he hath set the word upon them. So he make poor, he make rich. And as we read already, say, however, there are going to be poor people among you. Right now, who is the poor? When you go to Genesis 3, he first of all make the first man so rich in all and all. Then who is the poor that came? It is the serpent. And who made the serpent? It is Abba Yehovah. This is how he make poor. Because the author of poverty is already in our midst. The first man was just enjoying in glory, riches, powerful, wealth. He doesn't suffer for anything. When any food come to his mind, he just go reach out to the agreeable tree, the tree he needs to be, take it from, except only one. Every other one is allowed to do. Okay? When anything at all, food come to his mind, he just reach out to one of the tree that provide for him. He don't suffer, he don't cook, he don't suffer to earn his living. That is eternal riches. But who came? The poverty is the serpent. And like I unveil is the first letter, we simply go for personal prison pills. It will bring it to imprison you. What did he do to Adam? He is the poverty. He now came in and sneak him, and Rob is the thief, and rob. And that is how he got Adam arrested. And I brought him into the camp of poverty. That Adam had to suffer by the sweat of his face. He is the author of poverty. That is what I said. Abba Yehovah said, I make a poverty. Because the author of poverty, it came from Abba Yehovah. But although Abba Yehovah never make him to be so, but he turned himself into that way. Now that he turned himself into that way, Abba Yehovah is not going to say, I'm not the one that it didn't come from me anymore. No, it is Abba Yehovah's property, but he's not using the glory, the power Abba Yehovah bestowed on him. He's not using it now in a very wicked way to enslave people. You see, so that is where the causes came from, causes of poverty, because we disobey. And it now chase us out of rest, chase us out of wealth, chase us out of relaxing, rest, celebration, to follow the author of poverty and go and be suffering and suffer with him. Okay, that is the cause. When you also read Deuteronomy 28, another cause is over there. Genesis 3, you see one cause. Go again, Deuteronomy 28, another cause is over there. If you see, allow that demon, that madman serpent to come and deceive you and give you some kind of guideline you obey, it is causes again. When you go to Deuteronomy 28, you're also going to see another causes of poverty there. You're also going to be seeing it again. Okay? So here is the two causes over here. Luke chapter 10, 30 to 37. Here is the two causes. And Yehoshua answered said, a certain man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell among thieves. Who is the thief? Is what I just said. Serpent is the thief. Okay? You went out, that is, you go out from the law of Abba Yehovah, you go out from the instruction of Abba Yehovah, You now want to go and be listening to other man's presence. That is how you go. Yerushalayim should be the Eden's garden. That is how you go. Eden's garden, or Yehovah's or rules and regulation. That is how you go out from Yerushalayim to another man's path, Jericho, and fell among thieves, which stripped him of his raiment and wounded him and departed, leaving him now half dead. Like I said, what is the half dead? Because we are not going to suffer for all eternity. Even though poverty is reigning, suffering is reigning, it's only for a while. So the half dead over there should be die out of your flesh. Adam died out of his flesh. That is the half dead. So if you have to die in your spirit, and that is the death of the flesh. But the death of the spirit, that is the full death. So the half one is you to die of the flesh, but the full one is the second death. Okay, that is the death of the spirit. That one is eternal. Eternal. No mercy. 31. And by chance there came down a certain prince that way, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. So that was the first causes. Okay, after St. Peter has already, the poverty, author of poverty has come to remove them from riches, rich fellowship, wonderful rest, and bring them into sorrow and poverty, to be in lack and want. After you have done that, I bet you want to say, okay, so the serpent deceiving you ate. Okay, now no problem. It still passes judgment. That's where poverty came. It still releases its curse. And say, you shall be like this and you shall be like that. The woman shall multiply your pains. In childbearing, the man by the sweat of your face. Man ought not to walk. Man, just anything you want to eat, as you desire, you just appear from the tree. That was how simple that first life was. Wonderful. Easy going. But serpent put stop to that. That is where we now begin to explain what is poverty, to be in need, to be in lack, to need something. Yes, he brought about it. So that was the first causes. About you never care, okay, you were being deceived. No, that is none of his business. But I told you not to listen to him. Now that you listen to him, sorry. He gave judgment. He still chased them out of his presence to go and suffer with the very author of poverty you listen to, because that one already make himself poor. So if you want to follow, you're also going to be poor like him. 32. And likewise a Levite, when he was at the place, came and looked on him and passed by on the other side. Don't also listen. That is, don't also care whether you are half dead is not his problem. That is a righteous Abba Yahuwah. He is a righteous one. He will still give his judgment. Even though he's going to mercy you, but he has to first of all give his judgment. Deuteronomy again 28. If you don't obey, go and read 16. Way down to 68. It is curses again. He did it the second time. And he still have one more left over. That will be the eternal link of fire. If you still keep listening to this utter of poverty, you don't want to keep his royal law. In order for poverty to be removed from you, his wickedness to be, the wickedness of serpent to be removed from you, he still reserve one place called the link of fire. He never melts, he still passes law the second time. That is the second time we are receiving another curses again. 33 now. But a certain Samaritan, as he joined it, came where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion. This is Yahushua humanitarian ground, like I said. It is also, Yahushua is also Abba Yahuwah. So he now had mercy upon us, like I unveiled already how he became poor for my sake, for your sake. And went and bind him up. He said that I'm being sent to bind up our wounds. Okay, the spirit of Yahweh is upon me, to preach to the poor, to bind up their wound, to free the captive, to set the captive free. Yes, this is how he did it. And went up and bind up his wounds, pouring oil and wine, and set him on his own beast, or donkey, and brought him to an inn and took care of him. The one he brought us to now to be take care of us as he left. Should I finish already? It is the Ruach HaKodesh. And on the morrow, when he departed, he took out two penny and gave them to the host, and said unto him, take care of him, and whatsoever thou spendest more, when I come again, I will repay you. Now, when you go to John 16, you're going to find it over here. He said, the Ruach HaKodesh will take from me and will give it unto you. This is how he paid him. That is his office. This is the office of the Ruach HaKodesh. We know the symbol of oil. It is the Ruach HaKodesh. Now we know. So he is the one that is taking care of us now until the whole his second return. You see the first coming, you see the second coming. So when he come back again, so all these 2,000, the Ruach HaKodesh is the one carrying you and me. He take from Yahushua and he distribute it to us. Live like this and do like this. In order for you to be free from the hands of this wicked animal, this is how you need to live your life. So here is the good news in it. Here is the very wonderful part of Abba Yehovah. Abba Yehovah can make you to go to heaven. Even when you already conclude your mind, made up your mind to go to hell. Okay? Abba Yehovah can make you to be rich, even when you conclude your mind already to settle in poverty. So that is the good news of Abba Yehovah. Family, this is the mystery of this very word called poor. So we are done with it. I bless Abba Yehovah for his wonders. Yes, he is awesome. He's wonderful. I just bless you, mighty one of Yisrael. So you be all praised that the yoke is be broken. No more tears as you see in Revelation 21. Behold, you make all things new now. Thank you for the new life you are bringing me now into, to the glory of your name, in your mighty name. Amen. Shalom, family.
Sereyamu, Yehovah, Sereyamu, Sereyamu, Yehoshua, Sereyamu, Sereyamu, Ruach HaKodesh, Sereyamu, 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 Yehovah, Sereyamu, 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 Yehovah, Sereyamu, Sereyamu, Yehoshua, Sereyamu, Sereyamu, Ruach HaKodesh, Sereyamu, heaven, Sereyamu, Sereyamu, Abba, Sereyamu, Yehovah, Sereyamu, Yehoshua, Sereyamu, 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 Ruach HaKodesh, Sereyamu, Sereyamu, Yehovah, heaven, Sereyamu, Rabashau, heaven, Sereyamu, Sereyamu, yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. This is from my spirit. This is from my soul, my nabi. Sereyamu yanrebayaro. Yeah, mama yero. Sereyamu. Sereyamu. This is from my spirit. This is from my soul, my nabi. Every breath in me say this. For you are the only good reason I love to look at my face in the mirror. I can't imagine how will I look like in the mirror, life without you. I am a human, born with our feelings. Who never wish to let go, please think about this for real. If you keep stay far away, like it is now from me. If you keep living your life just like it is now without me. If you keep living all alone, the way it is now without me, life wouldn't have brought me forth. Precious stone will get rust free. Your face will hit me like a miracle. Your voice will touch me like a miracle. Your touch will free me just like a miracle. Your presence will bring me to eternal glory. This is what my life ought to be. This is what life should have been on me. Your face will heal like a miracle. Your voice will touch me like a miracle. Your touch will free me like a miracle. Your presence, oh, yeah, my untellable. Seriamu, Seriamu, oh, heaven, Seriamu, oh, heaven, Seriamu, for you are the only good reason, and I love to look at my face in the mirror. I can't